Can I please have a decaf iced pumpkin spice latte with oat milk? Is it possible to get a puppuccino? Hi. On credit, please. Thank you. Could I just get a straw, please? Thanks. Puppuccino? Yeah. Let's get cozy, shall we? Hello, everyone, and welcome to my fall reset. Ooh. My fall reset, October reset from my car. Like you guys saw, I just got a inaugural pumpkin spice latte. I actually had one yesterday, but we needed one for the video. Ooh, it was better yesterday. I forgot. Normally I get these half sweet. Yesterday I got it half sweet and it was super good, and I just took a sip and I was like, whoa, because I forgot to get it half sweet. Okay. So welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. It has been so long since I've done a monthly reset video. The last one was in June. So I'm so excited to be back to doing them. I feel like fall is the perfect time to do these videos. Fall for me is get your shit together season. It is productive season. It's work hard season. It's save money season. It's everything. I love fall. This year I'm extra excited for fall because summer just wasn't my season. I had a really hard summer, mental health wise, business wise, like just nothing was going my way this summer. And now that it's fall, I just got back from a trip and I just feel like a weight is off of my shoulders. I feel ready to kind of conquer life, ready to do a good job at the things that I'm doing, ready to set goals, ready to achieve goals. Like overall, I'm feeling a lot better. So I'm so happy to sit down and film this fall reset, this October reset, and reset with you guys and hopefully share a little bit of motivation, excitement for this season, and we can, as always, share our goals with each other. So as you're watching this video, I would love for you to comment 1 or 2 goals that you have for yourself for the fall season or for the month of October, and we can all encourage and hold each other accountable in the comments. So Zoe, why are you doing this from your car, you might ask? I have a little story time for you. So I'm currently in Ottawa. You guys know if I'm going to Starbucks, and especially if I'm going to Starbucks through a drive-through, it's because I'm in Ottawa. It's kind of my little ritual for when I come home. And we are about to be the end of September / beginning of October. So for October, I knew I wanted to get back into the monthly resets. Like I said, it's been since June, and I was like, I'm ready. But I kind of had this preconceived notion that I needed to be in my apartment, in my element, like candle on in the background, totally thriving at home in order to do this monthly reset. That's like what I had in my head. The same way that sometimes I have it in my head that you have to do your reset on a Monday, you have to do your reset or a fresh start at the first of the month, right? And we've talked about that before. And so I said to myself, like, because you guys know, like when I come home, sometimes things are chaotic. My dad's house is always a mess. I always roast him for that. It's not my thriving atmosphere necessarily. Like I'm not in my own space. I'm not, you know, I love coming here. I love my family and all of that. But in terms of like getting your shit together, reset, it's not the place for that. Anyways. But then I realized that by postponing it or by saying, oh, I'm not at home so I can't do it, I'm really just making excuses. And you don't need to be in a clean home to do your fall reset. You don't need to be having a candle on in the background. You don't even need a Starbucks in hand. You don't need this perfect storm in order to do a reset. So I was like, F it, I'm gonna sit in my car and I'm gonna film this fall reset. I'm going to do it right here in my car. I've got a notebook, my agenda, and that's all you need. All you need is yourself, a place where you can have a little bit of alone time, I think, and some peace. And that could be at home, it could be in your car, it could be in a coffee shop, like whatever that looks like for you. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna set an example, do it from my car and show you guys that you can do your reset anywhere. So hope that, you know, encourages you. We don't need to, not everything just needs to be perfect, I guess is what I'm getting at. So I don't have my journal with me or anything. That's another thing. It's like, oh, a good way to delay out my journal. So I'm just gonna do it on this brain dump page. I have a whole page here in my agenda, and this is where we're gonna do it. I feel like I forgot the format of these resets. So I'm not gonna go into all of the details of like my summer. I think I'm gonna film a separate video about that, like more of a heart-to-heart style. So you can look out for that if you like. But I do want to go back to those goals I set in June and think like, have I achieved any of them? Are they still relevant? Like, what's going on? It's been 5 months, like so much has changed, and I don't even really remember. I know I made like a piece of paper and I had it taped up next to my desk for the longest time. So I'm gonna see if I can find it. If not, I'll just go back and watch that video and see like what were the goals that I set in June. But really we're gonna spend the most time talking about October and moving forward, because that's what's really exciting, right? Okay, I found this photo that I had taken when I filmed the video. So my first goal for June was to focus on wellness, food, water, movement. Probably did that. Actually, yes, I feel like especially with food, I've been learning a lot about my body, what foods make me feel good, which ones don't. I've come to some surprising realizations as well with food. And I feel like, I don't know, I don't want to get super into that, but I've really changed the way I eat. I went from being vegetarian, pescatarian to like more flexitarian. And my body's actually responding really, really well to that. But that was like August, not even June. Water, you guys know I was struggling a lot with my water intake. It got a lot better, and now that things are getting cooler, it's getting worse. I'm drinking less water, so that might need to be a goal again. And movement has been going great. I did a 3-week challenge at the end of August that really was amazing and was so much fun. So I feel like that got me into a pretty good workout routine. Obviously it got thrown off a bit when I went on vacation. However, overall wellness is going good. Mental health over the summer though, which like I didn't include in this list, wasn't the best, like I had said. And I know moving into the fall, as things get darker and colder, for me, mental health has to be a big focus, because if I am not actively working on the things that make me feel good, it's a very easy time of year for negative thoughts to creep in and for seasonal depression and all of that. So I know that that's going to be a priority in the fall as we move into winter as well. The next goal that I had in June was fun over financial anxiety. Yes, I did a lot better with my financial anxiety over the summertime. I forget what month it was. I think it actually was July. So June and July, maybe June I did good with my financial anxiety. July was rough, very strong. You guys might remember that monthly money video where I was like super upset. There was like, I had cried while doing my budget that month. Like it was horrible. And then August was a lot better. September was good. Lately, I want to say the past 2 days, if I'm being honest, I have felt a bit more financial anxiety. And that's the thing with anxiety, is like, it never is just gonna up and walk away. Like, it's not gonna disappear. And I sometimes think that I have this idea of conquering my anxiety once and for all, when it's just not realistic. It's about keeping it at bay and consistently working on keeping it at bay, not like vanquishing it. You know, you stab your anxiety, you're done, like it's gone. That was violent, but you know what I mean? 3 priorities a day was the next one. This was a big one for me, and this made such a positive impact in my life. I still do the 3 priorities a day to this day. Sometimes I only do 2. And what this is about, if you missed it, if you're new, is not setting these insane to-do lists of like 10 plus things and then beating yourself up when you don't finish the to-do list. It's like, what are the 3 things that I need to do today to feel good and to feel accomplished and to feel proud of myself? And getting those 3 things done first and foremost. There are days when I set the 3 priorities and I don't finish all of them. Maybe I get to 1, maybe I get to 2, maybe I set 2 and I only do 1, you know what I mean? But I still am working, like I've gotten good at, even if I only do 1 of my 3 priorities, still feeling proud of yourself, not attaching your worth to how productive you were in a day. My camera just overheated because it's so hot in my car. See, we're not in the ultimate element for doing this reset, but it's okay. I just turned the AC on so you guys might hear it. The last goal that I had set in June was to finally fill out my productivity planner. At this point, I had it for like 3 months. Every month I was like, this month is the month I do my productivity planner. I still haven't done it. That is embarrassing. Please refuel. It's embarrassing, but that's life, I guess. I'll get to it when I get to it. Okay, that wraps up section 1 of the reset. Throwback to those goals. Good job. Next up is time to set some goals for the fall and for the month of October. I already have an idea of some of the ones that I want to set, what's important to me, the overall theme, and I'm gonna write them down. I'm gonna play some nice music. We're gonna listen to some fall music, maybe. Not Taylor Swift. I've been on that too much. Something good. We're gonna just like have some chill time, some alone time. Totally okay that it's in the car. And I'll get back to you when this page is full. Is all written up, all set. I have a lot of goals. Like I said, there's been so much on my mind. I realize that sometimes setting so many goals can just be overwhelming, but a lot of these are just kind of tied together. And it's also the kind of thing where if something falls off my radar, if I'm not aligned with one anymore, or if I simply don't get around to accomplishing one, it's not the end of the world. Goal setting doesn't have to be so black and white, hard on ourselves, disappointed in ourselves. I think the act of setting them is what's really important, and then focusing over time on the ones that are important to us still. That's how we get stuff done and we continue moving forward. Times when I'm not setting any goals, I realize that I do stay kind of stagnant. I'm not working as hard. I'm not working on myself as much, and I don't feel as good. But I'm never super mad at myself if I don't accomplish a certain goal. I'm more mad at myself if something like I do feel disappointed in myself when there's a goal that's like deep in my heart and I don't go through with it. Then I do feel more disappointed in myself. But if it's like, if I set the goal to work out 5 times a week and I don't, like, it's okay. It is what it is. So that being said, let's get into my goals for the month of October. Some of these are fall specific. They're going to carry over into the next month. The biggest thing I really want to work on this fall is a combination of finances and hard work. We had a chat in a vlog a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, about my opinions on hard work and how sometimes in life it feels good, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes, like, basically just like how I've been seeing a lot of content like demonizing hard work, and that it doesn't always have to be a bad thing. I feel like the fall is when I really do want to work hard. I want to push towards my goals, and that's just what makes me feel good, is like working hard on things that I like. And I'm so privileged to all of the jobs that I have, I really enjoy. So I like working hard on them. And I do recognize that that's a privilege, and I'm very grateful for that. So finances and hard work, that's the kind of overall theme for October, as well as the mental health piece, like I said. But when I'm coming at finances and work from a good place, that is something that helps my mental health as well. So number one, I've been talking about this over on my Instagram, is what I am calling cheap bish fall. Not broke bitch fall. I was gonna call it broke bitch fall, but we don't need to put the energy out there saying that we're broke. However, being cheap does not equal being broke. Being cheap to me is like a funny way of saying that I'm being smarter with my money. So what does cheap bish fall mean? It means not going out for expensive takeout all the time, not leaning on $25 poke bowls when you don't have groceries in your fridge and you're super hungry and you want lunch. You can go to Subway instead for $10, okay? Making smart choices, making cheap bish approved choices. This also means reducing my consumption in many, many ways. Specifically, I want to reduce my clothing consumption. I had a bit of a realization that, you know, I'm so lucky. I have so many beautiful clothes, and I love shopping, and I love shopping for clothes, and it's my weakness, and I love sharing clothes and outfits with you guys. And I'm also so fortunate that sometimes I receive clothes for free for like a video and whatnot. But even when I receive clothes for free, it sometimes does something to me where it keeps me in a state of consumption, where even though I didn't pay for them, it's like, okay, consuming, we're building outfits. Oh, I need a bra to go with this certain top. I need pants to go with that shirt that I received. You know what I mean? And that's okay. I'm not saying it's bad to be like that. And like, I think I have waves where I'm like that, I'm not like that, I'm like that, I'm not like that. And I need to consciously bring myself to a state of not being like that right now, because I just don't have money to blow on clothes. And I also don't need to, because I'm so lucky for what I already have. So I want to look at the things I already have with gratitude, look at food in my fridge with gratitude, and say, okay, I'm gonna cook with this. I'm going to make a meal with this. I'm not gonna order out. That kind of thing. I have coffee at home. I'm not gonna spend money on coffee out. So reducing my consumption by being grateful for what I have. And then once in a while, when I do wanna buy something, when I wanna treat myself, whatever, asking myself this question: is this cheap bish fall approved? Would a cheap bish approve of you buying this? If the answer is yes, good. If the answer is no, don't buy it. You know, sometimes things come up, we need to buy something. We need new sheets for our bed. We need, you know, new pants to go to work. Like, those things happen. And then it's going to be a matter of price, quality, longevity. Do you really need this? All of those questions. I have a little sort of question system in my head, and I'll share that with you guys throughout the vlogs when real life examples come up. I can't think of how to explain it out loud right now. Next up on the finance subject is I am finally, so exciting. I have a little thingy thing. I am finally getting into the cash envelopes system of budgeting. A subscriber so lovingly sent me a little like care package, I want to say, a little budgeting package with these envelopes that were custom made. There's one that says Maggie here, so that I can test out the cash envelopes method. I am going to set this all up. I'm going to do it in a video for you guys. So if you want to do it along with me, you can. These are from the line, and I will link them down below. And she also sent me, where is it? She also sent me a planner to go with it, so I can clip those envelopes into the planner and carry this around with me and really stay on top of my budget that way as well. So combining those two things, the cheap bish fall plus the cash envelopes method, I think is really gonna put me in a state of being on top of my finances, and I'm so excited for that. This next goal is going to sound a little bit weird, and it's not like I guess all of these are not SMART goals, you know, the specific, measurable, blah, blah, blah. That's okay. Hard work that feels good. So again, like I had said, I want to move into the fall ready to work hard, ready to be busy, ready to stay on top of my shit. I think that I got a little bit lazy over the summer, and if I'm reflecting, I wasn't doing the most that I could. That being said, I was struggling with my mental health, and when I'm in those states of being more sad, more anxious, it's harder for me to do as much, right? Like, doing sometimes the bare minimum is like an all-day affair, and it feels like a chore. So as long as I'm on top of my mental health, I want to keep working hard. And let me be a little more specific in that I work on contracts, I work as a freelancer, and so if I'm not on top of my shit with my contracts, I don't get paid. If I don't put in hours, I don't get paid. The more hours I do, the harder or more that I work, the more I get paid. And so I was kind of in this habit of like finishing stuff really quickly. If people weren't answering me, I wasn't really following up. I was very passive with my contracts, and my income took a dive, you guys, like a dive. And so I kind of just had this like wake up moment, and it was like, Zoe, you got to stay on top of that. If they don't answer you, follow up, get more work from them, finish the work that you start. Like, just because you're a contractor doesn't mean you can't be a little bit more assertive and be more on top of the work that you're doing. You don't have to be like, oh, I don't actually work there, so like they'll get to it like when they have time. Like, you can help hold them accountable. And I think that also makes for a very good freelancer, because they want to get the job done. And so if you're holding them accountable and you're on top of it, it reflects better on you. So I definitely want to go more like all in on my contracts this fall. I love them. I love doing them, and I'm so grateful to work on them. So I want to honor the fact that I really enjoy them by doing a very good job. So that's that for contracts. I also just want to put more effort into YouTube in terms of my thumbnails, my upload schedule, just being a little bit more on top of that. I was trying to do so much with YouTube, and I was trying to like upload so frequently that I wasn't making the best thumbnails, and I wasn't like focusing on the videos that perform very well on my channel that you guys want to see, that like the really stuff that people want. I was focusing more on quantity of uploads than really giving the people what they want. So I want to take a step back, give more of that content, which I think is videos like this, like these resets, finance content that take more time to film, and take a little bit more planning. So maybe I'm uploading less frequently, but I'm really like giving you guys that good quality content. So that is another thing from me, that kind of hard work, right? Like not just scrambling, working, but like mindful work. Next is a workout focused one. When I did my workout challenge, which was 6 workouts a week for 3 weeks, I felt incredible. I felt so good. And that seemed to be, it was a challenge. 6 workouts a week was a challenge, but it was a really, really good feeling. So I set the goal, I wrote 4 to 5 because you have to be realistic. I have to be realistic with myself. That's like, okay, if I'm focusing on my content, if I'm focusing on working more, I can't also say I'm gonna work out more. Like at a certain point, there's only so many hours in a day, and a girl's gotta sleep. So 4 to 5 workouts a week, I think will be a happy medium. I'm going to track them, make sure that I'm scheduling them, staying on top of my workouts, because workouts for me is self-care for my mental health. So the workouts that I'm planning on doing: long walks with Maggie, we love it, doing Copilot, doing spin classes, bar classes, yoga, and Pilates, just getting like a wide variation of workouts in there. For me, that feels really, really good, keeps it fun, and makes it feel like less of a chore and more of like a joy to work out. Next, I don't know if you guys will have seen the vlog before or after this video. I think it will be after, so I won't tell you guys what it is. I'll let you watch that video, but I have a new part-time job, and my goal is to save every single penny that I make from that job. So that is a big goal, and I'll let you guys watch the video to find out more. This next goal, I'm a little bit shy to share because it's kind of personal, and I feel like some people would be like, oh my God, that's so much. Oh my God, that's nothing, like whatever. But I want to set the goal to have a $5,000 month. My income has dipped quite significantly. I've been struggling with reducing my spending according to the fact that my income has reduced, and I just haven't been that mindful with my finances, and like I'm still living this kind of lifestyle as if I was making my full-time job salary when like I'm not. But that being said, I want to try setting an actual financial goal. So like I want to make $5,000 a month, working backwards. How many hours for my contracts do I need to do? How many YouTube videos do I need to upload? Like working backwards from that goal and seeing if that way I can increase my income and earn $5,000 in a month. So that is my goal for either the month of October or November. We'll see what happens. And yeah, it feels good. It feels kind of audacious to set a goal like that. And there's a certain element of it that is, of course, out of my control, but there's also an element that is inside my control. And so that's the area that I want to focus on. And that, I think, ties back into the hard work that feels good. This is forward looking, okay? This is for November, but I am planning to do a no spend for the month of November. That's all I'll say. Stay busy. Staying busy for me is something that's very good for my mental health, and that I'm realizing, especially with this new part-time job, is the busier I am, the more I leave the house, the more I am busy in a healthy way, and busy not necessarily equaling overwhelmed. That is what's really good for my mental health, and I think that is what's going to get me through those darker, colder months that are about to come up. So staying busy through making videos, working out, doing my part-time job, and doing my contracts as well. The next thing that I wrote down was to do weekly resets, just because they feel good and they're so much fun to film. So whatever that looks like, making sure that I am staying on top of my shit with a weekly reset for my mental health, cleaning my house, working out, like intentionally doing a little reset every single week. And of course, filming that. And underneath that, I wrote mental health focus, and those are things like not having so much caffeine. Like this, I got it decaf, making sure that I'm journaling and staying on top of my calendar with tracking my mood, my supplements, and all of that. And the last goal, you guys, I'm so shy to say because I feel like I need to make like this big announcement, but for the fall, for the months of October and November, I want to work on launching 2 things that are so exciting, and they're so exciting that they terrify me and make me want to crawl into a hole and not actually do them. And these are the goals that I was talking about that sit deep in your heart, and you do, or I do, feel bad about myself when I don't do them, and I've wanted to do these for years, is start a Patreon, start a book club on Patreon more specifically, and also offer more videos and more intimate, not like that, more, you know, sisterly, heart to heart, like get to know me more videos on Patreon, and also launch merch. So that's all I'll say about that. If you're excited, please show me some love in the comments because it is something that makes me so nervous. So if you're excited about that, please comment down below. And if you're not excited about that, don't comment. I feel like my face just got all red from that. Anyways, I feel like I talked so fast. I feel like I was kind of crazy in this video, and it's the placebo from the caffeine. That's my theory. But that's it. That is all of my goals for the fall and for October. That's that on my monthly reset. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If this was your first video that you watched from me, I hope you liked it. Welcome. And please subscribe. So you guys, don't forget to let me know in the comments your goals for the fall or for the month of October. I've got to go get gas, so I'm gonna go do that. I love you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.